Smart people don't fight toxic people. They outmaneuver them. If you've ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained, irritated, or even questioning your own worth, you're not alone. Most of us have at some point felt the subtle emotional damage caused by someone toxic, someone who pulls you into their chaos, then leaves you with the emotional bill. But what if you could disarm that effect? Not by changing them, but by changing how you show up. The ancient Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, believed that true power lies not in controlling others, but in mastering yourself. Their philosophy teaches us how to stay calm in the middle of chaos, how to protect our peace when others try to shatter it, and how to walk away from manipulation with our dignity intact. In a world full of emotional reactivity, this kind of Stoic wisdom isn't just helpful, it's essential. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And that's exactly what this video is about, helping you reclaim your mental and emotional strength by applying 6 powerful Stoic strategies for dealing with toxic people wisely. You don't need to confront, fix, or even resent toxic people. You just need to be smarter and calmer than their chaos. If you're ready to stop getting pulled into other people's drama and start protecting your inner peace like your life depends on it, take a deep breath and let's begin. Strategy 1. Recognize the pattern without taking it personally. The first step in dealing with toxic people is awareness, not of them, but of your own inner responses. Toxic people thrive on reaction. Whether it's through passive aggression, constant criticism, backhanded compliments, guilt trips, or emotional manipulation, their goal is often the same: to control the emotional tone of the room, to make you responsible for their negativity. But the moment you notice the pattern, the moment you observe it without being pulled into it, you reclaim your power. Epictetus taught, "It's not things that upset us, but our judgments about things." This means that what toxic people say or do isn't what truly hurts us. It's our interpretation of their behavior, our decision to take it personally, to let it define us, to make it about us. And this is where you flip the script. Imagine being a silent observer in your own life, watching the interactions unfold without immediately reacting. Like a stoic guard at the gate of your mind, your job isn't to attack every threat. It's to notice it, analyze it, and choose whether or not it deserves your energy. Ask yourself, what are the recurring tactics this person uses? Do they constantly shift blame? Do they try to dominate conversations with negativity? Do they belittle, interrupt, or guilt you into compliance? Once you name the tactic, you disarm it. It's no longer a mysterious force, it's a strategy, and strategies can be defeated with clarity, reason, and presence. And the most powerful realization of all, it's not about you. It never was. Strategy 2. Set boundaries with calm conviction. Marcus Aurelius ruled over one of the largest empires in history, but even he recognized the importance of ruling the mind above all else. And to do that, we need strong emotional boundaries. Toxic people don't always need to be defeated. They need to be denied access to your time, your energy, and especially your emotions. Boundaries are not about pushing others away. They're about protecting what matters inside. Your peace, your values, your clarity. A Stoic doesn't build walls to isolate. They build gates with locks, and they decide who gets a key. So how do you set a Stoic boundary? First, identify what behavior drains you. Is it the coworker who constantly dumps their negativity on you first thing in the morning? The family member who uses guilt to get their way? The friend who makes every conversation about themselves and leaves you emotionally empty? Once you're clear, communicate your boundary with calm precision. Use I statements, not accusations. Instead of saying, "You're always complaining," say, "I've noticed I feel really drained after some of our talks. I'd love to shift toward more constructive conversations." This is not confrontation, it's calibration. You're not trying to fix them. You're simply letting them know how to interact with you in a way that respects your space. And here's the key: hold the line. Boundaries are not one-time declarations. They're ongoing practices. Expect resistance. Toxic people often test boundaries like children test bedtime rules, not because they hate you, but because they don't like limits. But remember, calm repetition is stronger than loud argument. The Stoics taught that consistency, not emotion, is what creates strength. Like a river wearing down a rock, Your steady firmness creates lasting change, and sometimes the boundary is silence. You don't need to reply to every message, attend every event, or explain every decision. You are allowed to say no, with kindness, but without apology. Strategy 3. Become emotionally boring to drama. There's a certain type of toxic person who craves reaction like oxygen. They poke, provoke, and provoke again. Not necessarily because they hate you, but because they need your emotional energy to feel alive. This is where modern psychology aligns beautifully with ancient wisdom, through what's called the grey rock method, and it's deeply Stoic in nature. Seneca once said, "A wise man is content with himself." That means you don't need to join every battle. You don't need to play their game. Instead, you become uninteresting to their tactics. Flat, neutral, calm, not sarcastic, not fake, just still. Imagine trying to argue with a boulder. You push, insult, mock, and it doesn't move. Eventually, you get tired and give up. That's the effect of becoming emotionally non-reactive. You remove the fuel. The drama collapses without a stage. So how does this look in real life? Let's say a toxic person criticizes your appearance, your decisions, or your work. Instead of defending yourself, just respond with something neutral like, "Okay," or "That's your opinion." No fire, no explanation, no emotional reaction. And when the manipulation escalates, through guilt trips, sarcasm, or even rage, remember, you are not their audience. You're a Stoic observer. Their chaos doesn't belong to you. This doesn't mean you suppress emotion. It means you choose where and when to express it, wisely, and never for someone else's entertainment. Practicing emotional detachment isn't cold, it's courageous, especially in a world where everyone is taught to react, to defend, to fight back. But when you stay grounded, when you choose peace over provocation, you become immune to their poison, not because you fought back, but because you refuse to be pulled in. Strategy 4. Detach with compassion, not contempt. Stoicism doesn't teach us to become cold or heartless. It teaches us to stay centered. And one of the most misunderstood lessons in dealing with toxic people is this: detachment is not the same as rejection. When someone hurts us, insults us, or drains us, the instinct is often to retaliate, to cut them off with anger or spite. But the Stoic response is different. It's to detach with compassion. Epictetus advised, "When someone provokes you, be sure that the cause of the disturbance is not the person, but your own opinion about it." In other words, it's not the insult that causes pain, it's the meaning you give to it. Toxic people often act from their own inner suffering. Insecurity, fear, lack of control. Their behavior is a projection of their own battle, and while it may land on you, it doesn't belong to you. That's where Stoic detachment becomes a superpower. You can remain compassionate, even kind, without giving them access to your peace. Picture it like this: someone throws a stone into a still lake. The water ripples, then returns to stillness. Your job isn't to stop the stone. Your job is to return to stillness faster and faster, until their impact barely registers. Detaching with compassion means you understand that their negativity says more about them than about you. It means refusing to play the villain in their story or trying to become their savior. You simply observe and step aside. There's no need for dramatic exits, harsh confrontations, or emotional closure. Sometimes all that's needed is a soft release, a shift in perspective, a quiet decision to no longer carry their burden. And that decision, done silently, is one of the most powerful choices you can make. Strategy 5. Limit contact, expand peace. Sometimes the most Stoic act is simply walking away, or at least stepping back. You can't always remove toxic people from your life. Some may be colleagues, family members, or people you've known for years. But what you can do and must do is control how much access they have to your energy. This is not avoidance, it's conservation of your time, your focus, your peace. Seneca warned against spending time with those who diminish our clarity. He wrote, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." And that applies now more than ever. So what does it mean to limit contact? It might mean declining invitations without guilt, reducing how often you see someone, cutting conversations short when they spiral into toxicity, creating physical space when emotional space isn't enough. But limiting contact isn't just about time, it's about attention. If you can't physically avoid them, you can still emotionally disengage. You can choose not to take the bait, not to invest in their approval, not to carry their negativity into your thoughts when you go home. This is a form of mental hygiene. Just like you wash your hands after touching something dirty, you mentally cleanse yourself after difficult interactions. You step outside, take a breath, and return to your own center. Cognitive reframing is a tool the Stoics would have loved. When someone complains non-stop, don't internalize it. Reframe it. Say to yourself, they must be carrying something heavy. When someone lashes out, reframe it as, they're struggling and I won't absorb that. You reclaim your power by shifting your perspective, and by limiting your exposure, you're not being cold, you're being strategic. You're investing that saved energy into relationships and activities that nurture you, into people who light you up, not weigh you down. So ask yourself, who adds clarity to your life? Who clouds it? And are you giving them equal access? Because every moment you spend with someone is a vote for their influence on your mind. Cast your votes wisely. Strategy 6. Know when to walk away and do it without drama. There comes a point where all the awareness, boundaries, and compassion in the world aren't enough to protect your peace. And in that moment, a hard truth appears. Sometimes, the Stoic path forward means leaving entirely. Walking away doesn't always mean slamming doors or burning bridges. More often, it's a quiet, dignified decision. I'm done participating in this dynamic. I'm done letting it cost me more than it gives. This is one of the hardest things to do, especially if the person in question is a family member, a longtime friend, or a romantic partner. Our emotional loyalty tells us to stay. Our identity might even be wrapped up in the relationship. But Marcus Aurelius reminded us, don't waste what remains of your life in speculating about others. It is not your job to set them straight. Your job is to protect your own inner citadel. If you've tried setting boundaries, minimizing exposure, detaching with compassion, and still the toxicity continues, that is your signal. Not that you failed, but that you've done your part. Now it's time to let go. This doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying. You stop assuming that their healing is your responsibility. You stop shrinking to accommodate their chaos. Walking away is not cold. It's clarity. You can still wish them well. You can still have compassion, but from a distance that no longer jeopardizes your emotional well-being. Let it be gradual if needed. Fewer calls, shorter replies, less engagement, more space. And above all, no guilt. You are not obligated to stay in a cycle that wounds you, not even for history, not even for family, not even for love. Because you can love someone and still choose to protect your own peace. You can care and still walk away. So let's recap. You've learned to recognize toxic patterns without making them personal. You've practiced the art of setting boundaries without guilt. You've learned to become emotionally boring to drama, to detach with compassion, to limit your exposure, and, when needed, to walk away. Each of these 6 strategies is grounded in Stoic wisdom. Not abstract theory, but practical tools to help you live a life of dignity, reason, and peace, even in the presence of chaos. Because here's the truth. You can't control what other people do, but you can always control what you tolerate. You can always choose how to respond. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do, only what you do. That is the essence of emotional freedom." So the next time a toxic person tries to pull you into their storm, remember this. You don't have to attend every emotional battle you're invited to. You can pause, you can observe, you can choose your peace, and that choice, over and over, becomes a way of life, a Stoic life. Now it's your turn. Which of these 6 strategies are you ready to apply starting today? Share it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if this video gave you clarity, subscribe for more content on Stoicism, emotional resilience, and how to master the mindset that leads to inner peace. Because in the end, the wisest thing you can do is protect your peace like it's sacred, because it is.